Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Skye in our Ollie Glider and Epic Sword of Wonder. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself, then get us going. Okay, so I got to work fast and I got to work low because I'm trying to fit all of this in, and this is the only way I can do it. So you're going to turn her like this, twist the body, there's the leg, put the other foot behind, and that. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to have to work a little fast, so if you can't follow along, press pause. Don't worry about if you can't keep up with me. But I mean, once I go to the Sharpie portion, it should work out a little bit better. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that we're going to be working a little fast so I can fit everything in. Okay. First, I got to get the positioning right, and so that's also why I had to go a little low with the sketch, so I can fit the glider in. And honestly, too, the glider is going to be a little small. It should be bigger, but let me try to find a good picture real fast, because I don't have her in this position or the glider or any of that stuff. I'm just kind of using store pictures and building off of that. But anyway, to fit everything in, I kind of have to make the glider a little bit smaller, so it's going to be up to you to make it bigger if you need it. Okay? All right. Okay, so yeah, so pardon me if I stop talking for a little bit, because I need to concentrate on getting the positioning right, and then I can start with the drawing. But there's a lot to sketch out, so that's why I'm saying sorry if I stop talking. Alright. Okay, I think that might work. That looks pretty good as far as placement. So let me start adding some detail. And I can get going with the Sharpie portion, because that's really what everybody wants. I doubt anybody's even watching this part. So I can say anything I want here, right? Look at that, I got nothing really to say. No, I'm really concentrating on this because I need to get this right. Okay. Okay, this is not bad. I think we can make this work, right? Okay. Alright, again, sorry if I get quiet there, but you know, sometimes I gotta concentrate on my drawing. Okay. Alright. So yeah, so I'm gonna move pretty fast, so hopefully be able to keep up and it'll make sense. Okay, let me try to see if I can get a face in here real fast. That's an important part. Alright, and let's see, her hair is parted, but she's got that hat on, so see. And the tricky part, if any of you are actually watching this, I can just go ahead and talk about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. The tricky part is putting in enough detail on something so tiny. So because we're using Sharpies, you know, I want to be able to use Sharpies, but these will bleed, you know, so I got to be careful as to how much detail I put in and how much Sharpie I use. Does that make sense? Because these will bleed if I add too much, is what I'm trying to say. But the whole point is, the whole idea is that you can use something that you have lying around the house. So I kind of have to design with Sharpies, which, you know, if you use other tools, I'm glad that you can afford other, you know, expensive Sharpies or expensive drawing utensils. Again, I'm trying to figure out the right word that I want to go for there. But the whole point is that you shouldn't have to. Like, if you just feel like it's a rainy day, you want to draw Skye, you should be able to just grab what's around your house. And that's the whole idea behind these videos and tutorials, is just grab what you got, you know? Okay, it's not bad. Eyes are a little big, but I think I can work with that. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of extra detail on everything, and then we can go from here. Okay, we're doing good on time. Let's see, I got the camera floating out that way. I'm going to have her jacket scrunched up a little bit because it's turned that way. Alright, so here we go. Let me just funnel. Let me draw a hand here. And it's going to be holding the sword. And this is where it's going to get a little tricky, but we can do it. Okay. The trick part for me, the reason I say it's tricky is because I don't have the sword in this position, but I've got enough details that I can just draw it the way I see it. Okay, all right, there we go. Looks good. Let me get some more details of her clothes. So she's got a sweater just knotted up right here. Something like that, which also means that her shirt is wrapped around her like that. Okay, so I can draw. Let's see, does she have? Yes, she does. Everybody always has some kind of pouch, something on their legs. They never use them. I mean, I get it. It's just part of the design. But, you know, you'd think the designers would be like, well, you know, let's do something that they can actually hold or use. But nope, never do that. Okay, so I'm gonna have one leg hidden behind her, kind of an action pose, but it's also a way for us to get away with less to draw because we have so much to do here. Okay. Alright, I think I'm ready to switch over. Okay, so that means, let me, I'm out of words. I'm out of words right now. Let me erase some of these sketch lines and then move on to some Sharpie lines. But to do that, I've got to get rid of some of this sketchiness, because what I want to stand out is the Sharpie, not the pencil lines. And these were just pretty much a guideline is what these were. And plus, having to throw so much lines on there, we got to get rid of some of them. Now we're going to welcome everybody that skipped over to the Sharpie portion, because not everybody likes to watch the parts you can't see anyway, and they want to get ready for the parts you can see. And that's okay. I appreciate anybody watching any single part of this video. Okay, that's all I need. Just a small, like a ghost of an image that will guide me to do this. Okay. Let's do it. Let's welcome everybody. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find the things that the fine point can't quite find. So I've sketched the entire thing out, and we're going to go fast because I got a lot to do. So if you can't keep up, just pause the video where you need to. But I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen because I can control the line widths much better for the tinier portions, like what I'm about to do right now, the face. So I've got her sketched out in a position that she's kind of floating across, and I've got the glider over here holding the sword out. So let's go. Let's draw the top of her eyelids and see if we're in a good position and keep going. So I'm going to draw the top like this, draw the other one like this, and that's good from the way I have her head, so I'm going to keep going with that. And I'm going to draw the iris, the round part of the pupil, or the round part of the eye, and then draw the pupil. And I'm just going to put in a few dots like that because I was talking about this in the sketch. This is so tiny, there's only so many details I could put in. So I'm just going to follow what I've got here and bring the eye down just a little bit. I can't draw the bottom of the eye, and that's what I mean by there's only so many things I can put in here. But I'm going to just draw that much, and that the iris will imply the bottom of the eye. Color will hide more of that, but for the ink part of the video, that's all we're going to do. Now I'm going to give her just a little bit of like a cat eye, like a little bit of makeup, like make it thicker here on the points, just to give her a little bit of makeup, you know, just to give her a little look like that. And I can't really draw more. Let's see if we can do a few more little bumps for eyelashes, but that's it. I don't want to go any further because, like I said, it's gonna start to bleed if I add too much. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a brow, but oh, actually, hang on. Let me draw some of her hair right here. So her hat is gonna be right there. Oof, that came out choppy. Let me see if I can clean that up. Okay, the reason I want to do that is because I need to draw her hair over her eye, which is going to be over the eyebrow. Like that. Okay, so now I can draw the eyebrow and see how the eyebrow is going to disappear behind that. So I like drawing what's in front first, and then you can draw what's behind. And because I planned this, I knew what I needed to draw first and what not to. Okay, so sorry, I'm wiping my hands because I'm a little sweaty. Let's go ahead and draw some other hairs just to, again, give us some start-stop points of where we're going to be. So I'm going to draw another little whippy hair out like this. And I'm going to go ahead and thicken that up just a little bit. And again, that's just giving me a place to start and stop so I don't draw over certain parts. Okay, so for her nose, I can't draw much. I'm just going to draw like a bridge like this. I'll draw a little bit in like that one, but that's all I'm going to do. For the nostrils, I'm just going to add one in here, one in there, and then I'll add a little bit of detail. But again, that's all I want to do because color will take care of the rest, and anything else I add here is going to really exaggerate it. So I'm just keeping it very simple. Okay, so for her mouth, I'm just going to go ahead and draw the line of the mouth, and then I can draw the lips. Bring this one down, come up like that. And so now I'm going to draw her chin, which we know is directly underneath everything else. And I'm going to start to thicken it up too, because once I switch over to this Sharpie, it's super thick. So I know that I just want to try to match the look of it. Okay, so now I'm going to draw her face, bring it in like this, draw this side over here. And see, that's why I wanted to draw the hair first, so I make sure I don't draw through those parts like that. Okay, So I'm going to draw a few more little hairs and then move on to the other Sharpie, because I don't want to draw all the hairs, just some of them with this finer detailed Sharpie. Because this tutorial isn't about hairs, it's just about the overall look. So I'm just kind of adding some of the curls, because like I said, I can control the line widths. That's width, plural, widths. I can control some of the line widths much better with this than I can with this other one. So I think we're good. I think I will switch over now. I just want to add that, and there we go. Now, onto the big Sharpie. So I'm going to draw her hat with the wings. And you know what? Here, let's do this since we're already there. Let's add this line like that. And there. Now I can keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and draw her wings first, because I know where they are. And I do see that they shifted over compared to my sketch, so I just have to recalibrate to where they are. So I'm going to put one in right there. And I'll go ahead and draw the other one in right there, just to make sure I've got them in the right spot. Because see, my sketch, I have them over here, so this way I can do it like this. So now I'm going to come up here for the roundness, like that. Come down for the wing, like that. And puff another one out like that. Another one like that. And connect this one here. Connect this one there. And then draw the rest of the hat. Gonna come up. Around like that. But see how thick this is? That's what I'm saying. I wanted to try to match the thickness of that. Okay, so we got to get going. So I'm gonna get moving on her. Okay, so I've got one arm holding up to the glider and one arm with the sword. So I can draw her neck like this, but I'm gonna have her jacket starting to come over like this and define a few spaces like that. So she's got that poofy collar that I'm gonna draw like this. This one I'm gonna kind of bump up because I got her arm raised. And so now I'm going to draw her jacket, and just bear with me with the way I'm doing this, because it's going to be kind of all over the place and chaotic, but it's going to work. Okay, so this bottom part is hanging out, so I'm going to come like this, come down, out like that, and I'm going to bring the inside like this, and then crease it because her arm is folding all the material in like that. Okay. And it's going to come back in like that, stop right about there, because that's where her body's going to be. So before I go further, I'm going to draw the camera before I do the other side. Like this. I'm just going to add just a few details, not all of them. Because I have to add this first. And you know what? Let's do the straps. Because it's like under her jacket but over the way I've got it flying, I'm going to draw the straps like this with the smaller Sharpie, just accent how they are. And also to accent that they're there but not anything predominant like the coat. Okay, so that means the coat I'm going to have under like this, like that. So see, I kind of wanted it flying over the coat. That's why I wanted to do that first and define that. So I'm going to do the whole thing like we did there, then work our way out to the arms. So I'm going to draw the shoulder like this. Draw this part of the coat. Bring it in like that. And there we go. So now we've got it kind of creased and folded because of the stress that the movement is putting onto the material. And again, I'm just going to add some extra creases and folds just because we can, you know, because this is our creation. All right. Okay. So let's draw this arm up, and I'm going to put more creases, put it a little higher right there, like that. So I'm going to draw this part of the arm to there. The bottom part of the arm is going to come in like this, to the elbow, to the sleeve that's rolled up, that. So, see, that should have been a little bit higher. So it wasn't quite right, but again, we're moving too fast, so there's only so much I can do. And this should be up higher like this. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's see what we can do. I mean, it's a lot of strange bumps and creases, but there, a little bit higher like that. So bring yours up there, forget that line, and that way you've got a shoulder that's higher with the stretching of the jacket. Okay, so let's move on up here and finish up what we're doing. So we're gonna move up to her glove. I'm gonna draw her hand to the glove like that. Come back right back down. Gonna draw the bottom of the glove. Then I'm gonna draw a fist like this, basically holding the glider. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the thumb like this, and then the glider, the handle like that, and we're gonna draw the fingers around it. Okay, because you always want to draw that you're holding something, not that you got a closed fist. Okay, and then the edge of the glider like that. And here we'll define a few more little features here just to make sure we know that these are fingers and edges, and we gotta close off the edge of the hand, right? There we go. All right, so for the glider, it should be pretty easy. Let me find a picture real fast. There we go. So I'm just gonna try to draw the bumpity edges right here from the horns. We're gonna do something like this. And this is where the other horn's gonna be. We're just gonna do something like that. And it's a little small. You probably want to do yours a little bit bigger. But this is all we can do for now because we're fitting everything in. And it's up to you. It's up to you. Like I said, this is how I'm gonna do it. So you can go further if you want to change it up or make it bigger. Okay? So I'm gonna draw the little wing horn thing. I'm gonna draw another one over here. Like that. That'll just kind of give us a start-stop point. I'm gonna a little bit of a whippy hair like that. Come back around, do this. I'm gonna draw some wings. Like this. Oops, gotta close that off. Do some more over here. Like that. And for the eyes and the mouth, we'll go ahead and do open like this. You can color those in later. We'll give her a little smile. Like that. All right. I was about to close off my Sharpie. Not even anywhere near done. Let's keep going. So now we're gonna work on this sleeve. So this one's gonna come over here to the elbow, and then the elbow is gonna move up like that to the folds in the jacket. And that'll also give us a place that we can move to over here. Again, I'm gonna draw some more of those folds in the sleeve. Again, just because the material's stressed, that's why I like doing stuff like that. Close this off. Add a little extra like that too. Okay, so for the sword, same thing. We're gonna do the hand, but like this. So I'm gonna draw the wrist up to the glove, like that. Draw the edge of the glove, and the hand's bent over a little bit. So we're gonna draw the thumb like this. And again, we're gonna draw the sword. Let's see, I'm gonna draw the handle. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real big like that, just so we know where the bottom of it is. And then the fingers are just so if you have your hand like this, but it's out like that, so this time they're more wrapped down, almost like a cascade type kind of thing. So we're gonna draw, because I've already sketched that part out, I can draw the top finger like this, middle finger like that, ring finger, pinky finger, okay? That way I can just build around that basically. Oops. And sometimes with stuff like that, it's so small, you gotta clean it up a little bit with this other Sharpie. That's why I like to have it. Besides just a contrast of lines, it helps to clean up a few things that this is too big for. Okay, so let's just draw the handle there. We're going to come up here to the edge for the hilt, and I'm going to draw the edges like this. And I've sketched a line out. Let me do that again real fast, just to make sure I've got it in the right spot. All right, that'll work. That'll work. So I'm going to pick a spot, come down like this, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to pick a spot here and here. I'm just going to draw up to that. See, it's not perfect. Mine curved, and that's okay. You can use a straight edge if you want. I just thought it'd be easier just to do it by hand. And also, let me see. Let me look at the detail in that, see if there's anything else extra I can add. Yeah, so let's see if we can do this real fast. If I do like this, I can add extra lines for the crystal edge type look to it, and bring that down like this. Should probably be doing this with color. Like that. Okay? Awesome. All right, so now we just gotta, excuse me, we just gotta finish up the rest of the material. So she's got her shirt tied like this, so we're just gonna draw a couple of sleeves, just kind of flowing free, because again, she's in kind of a flying action pose, so we're just drawing a little extra stuff like that. So that means we can draw the edge of that shirt like this, which means now we're just gonna define this one like that. That's all we really got to do. So that also means that this one is going over here like this, and that's where it's hanging off of her legs. And so her legs, I've got one leg bent back while the other one is flying out. So let's go ahead and do this bent back one. There's a box over here. Draw the knee down to there. Her crotch is right there. There's the strap. I'm gonna go ahead and close that off because her leg is gonna be bent back. So let's draw the box pack that she keeps on her leg. I'm gonna accent it with a smaller Sharpie like this, so it's not as big as the other lines and look a little bit different, a little stylized. Okay. All right. So like I said, this leg is bent back, so that means you're not seeing anything besides the calf and the shoe. So we're just going to pretty much do this. We can kind of get away with drawing less, and we need to because we have so much to do here with hiding it back like that, that I can just kind of say, okay, and there's the creases of the shoe, and there's more to the calf, but again, we can't quite see it. So we're just going to do something like that, and that'll kind of hide the way we have it bent back. All right. So that means I'm going to draw her other leg out like this, down to the knee, down to the boot, and then I'm going to go ahead and close it off and bring it back the other way. So from the crotch, I'm going to draw her inner thigh to the back of her knee, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and give her some crease lines here because she doesn't have much because her pants aren't as stretched, but we're going to add just a few just to help define where the crotch is and where her legs start, right? There we go. I just like drawing creases and folds too, so I gotta put something in there. Okay, so since her legs are pretty much just pants, I mean, there's not much else we could do. All we could do is draw this last boot. And so I'm gonna bring it in like this, draw it to the heel. It's a little out like that, so it's gonna come in this way, come down to the front of the shoe like that. We're gonna add just a little bit of tread, something like this. Okay, then I'm going to add just a little bit of detail to the shoe because it's a boot, you know, and I just want to give it a little bit of style. Like that. And there we go. Yeah, that's it. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Skye with her Ollie Glider and Epic Sword of Wonder from Fortnite.
So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.